Today we will be discussing the difference between problem-based learning and project-based learning. My name is Bill Montemayor. I am a graduate student here at American College of Education. This is Module 2's application for DL 5103, Instructional Models for Digital Learning. Today we will be identifying what problem-based learning is and how teachers can incorporate it into the classroom. According to Cornell University, problem-based learning is a student-centered approach in which students learn about a subject by working in groups to solve an open-ended problem. This problem is what drives the motivation and the learning for the students. To incorporate this into the class, teachers must make the learning objectives clear, create the problem for the students to solve, make sure the groups are organized and prepared, and come up with how students will be assessed. The next learning tool that can be incorporated into the classroom is project-based learning. According to the Buck Institute for Education, students work on a project over an extended period of time, from a week up to a semester, that engages them in solving a real-world problem or answering a complex question. They demonstrate their knowledge and skills by developing a public product or presentation for a real audience. Teachers can incorporate this strategy in their classroom by creating an interactive assignment where students have to collaborate and work together by using higher order thinking skills. I am a health education teacher at the high school level. Our kids are at the 10th grade level, and the unit that we will be focusing on for this assignment is our first aid and CPR unit. This assignment is based on the problem-based method. What we are doing in class is learning about the different techniques and ways to use first aid. For my problem-based assignment, I am going to list a series of questions on the board that students will need to answer. Some examples are as followed. How would you treat an individual who is severely bleeding? Describe in detail the steps necessary to treat the wounded individual. Another example would be how to identify the 3 different stages of burns. What would they look like? How would you treat each of them? These are the problems that the students will have to work together in order to figure out the solution to solve. This is going to take collaboration, critical thinking skills, and working together to figure out a common goal to complete the assignment. The learning objectives for both assignments were very similar. However, the process in which our students got to those learning objectives was what varied, based on the problem-based approach and the project-based approach. In the problem-based approach, the assignment was designed for students to answer questions that related to first aid. Students had to identify symptoms, how to treat the issue that was presented to them, and how to explain to someone else how they would treat that individual. According to Campbell, problem-based learning empowers learners to conduct research, integrate theory and practice, and apply knowledge and skills to develop a viable solution to a defined problem. I believe this assignment met those standards. For the project-based approach, the assignment should promote active learning, engage students, and allow for higher order thinking. I believe the creation of the first aid pamphlet did just that. Students had to design a pamphlet for the middle school students and staff members that they can use on a daily basis. In the packet, they had to include pictures, they had to include information that was useful for students and staff members to use, such as symptoms of the issue that the individual was experiencing, how to treat the individual, and how to get assistance if it was necessary. Students had to work together with their groups to collaborate and come up with a well-designed and well-thought-out first aid pamphlet. The students were given a lot of time in class to complete this assignment. As an educator, anytime we can present relatable, real-world problems and situations in the classroom, the more participation and buy-in we are likely to receive from our students. I am hopeful that these two assignments with the project and problem-based approaches have done just that.